Hello dear students. Today we will discuss on the techniques of Satyagraha given by Gandhiji, the various methods and techniques that are given by Gandhiji for every Satyagrahi to follow certain methods of Satyagraha, and then the 7 vows of Satyagraha given by Gandhiji, the 7 principles and rules that the Gandhiji has given in the Satyagraha. Satyagraha is basically a non-violent method which is based on truth, love, affection to persuade anyone for just cause. Satyagraha was conceived as the weapon of the strong people. Gandhiji says that Satyagraha as a method is only performed by those persons who have the willpower, who have the strength to bear every kind of disturbance, every kind of loss, and it excludes the use of violence in any shape or form. Gandhiji said that Satyagraha is based on the philosophy that if the cause was true and if the struggle was against injustice, then the physical force was not necessary to fight the oppressor. Through the non-violent method, a Satyagrahi could appeal the concerns of the oppressor by the power of truth, love, affection, which was bound to win. This is the philosophy given by Gandhiji on which the whole concept of Satyagraha is based. Satyagraha, popularly known as a technique for non-violent public interest, is one of the greatest contributions of Mahatma Gandhi who made to this modern world. It was used as a tool for social, political, economic changes, aims to win over the opponent without use of physical force. Gandhi adopted different kind of techniques, different kind of methods in the Satyagraha. Let us discuss all the methods and techniques of Satyagraha. First is civil disobedience. Gandhiji adopted the civil disobedience as a vital weapon for Satyagraha. He conceived it as a substitute for violence and armed rebellion. It was a non-coercive method which any law-abiding citizen can adopt, provided he is saturated with the spirit of non-violence and is ready for the utmost sacrifices. In the course of his Salt Satyagraha 1930, Gandhiji has adopted the method of civil disobedience in that occasion. Ceremonial march. Undertaking a ceremonial march in disobedience of prohibitory orders became a very powerful and extreme method of resisting injustice carried out by the government. Gandhiji adopted this kind of method in the courses of South African Satyagraha movement. Third is national days and weeks. Observance of national days and weeks was a common and wonderful feature of Gandhi's mass Satyagraha movement in India. The purpose of observance of these days or weeks was to record the nation's protest, to seek redress of public grievances, and to recommend the government to fulfill their promises. The fourth method that Gandhiji adopted in Satyagraha was pamphlets and views papers. Publication of pamphlets and views papers was another important method that Gandhiji adopted for meeting redress to felt grievances, defying the unwanted restrictions on the freedom of press and challenged the government to suppress the civil resistors. This method was also employed for removing causes of misunderstanding between the rulers and ruled, and promoting communal harmony, seeking upliftment of all kind of backward classes, and mobilizing public opinion to bring home the deeper implications of Satyagraha. Hartals is also a very crucial method or technique adopted by Gandhiji in Satyagraha. Hartal basically means voluntarily closing of shops and postponement of business, usually for the symbolic period of 24 hours. This method was used by Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi, as an outward expression of community's disapproval of unwarranted laws and arbitrary orders. Next is strikes. Strikes may also be implied directly and openly to achieve the political ends. For example, during his South African Satyagraha movement, he advised and himself conducted a strike of Indian coal mine workers and railwaymen in the month of October 1913 for a single object, for a single purpose of persuading the government to repeal the tax. This is the strike is also an important method and technique of Satyagraha given by Gandhiji. Next is banned meetings and demonstrations. Holding up banned meetings and demonstrations and processes occupied a definite place in Gandhiji's mass Satyagraha movement. He organized public movements, staged demonstrations, and took out processions in order to log people's protest against unnecessary, unreasonable, unjustified proprietary orders of the government and to frustrate the official policy of unprovoked repression of the masses. Next is non-cooperation. Non-violent non-cooperation. Gandhi admittedly learned the method of non-violent non-cooperation from Leo Tolstoy. He adopted the method of non-violence from Tolstoy. It is the most expeditious method known to the world for winning our opponents. Its effectiveness came from the dependence on many government. However tyrannical on the consent of government, it is universal principle applicable under all circumstances. It is a process of strength and self-reliance and self-realization. Hence, there is nothing immoral in it. Therefore, the method of non-cooperation adopted by Gandhiji in Satyagraha is the most popular and effective method of Satyagraha according to Gandhiji. No tax campaign. No tax campaign is also the another method or technique of Satyagraha given by Gandhiji. Gandhiji said that Gandhiji employed this method of Satyagraha, this method of no tax campaign in his Satyagraha movement was a campaign for non-payment of taxes and charges. Non-payment of taxes should, however, be restored to only when no other way is left open. It should be used only when the choice between the complete annihilation of total reformation. Gandhiji asked people not to pay taxes to the government in the course of his Khidda Satyagraha of 1918 in Gujarat. When the Khidda Satyagraha was taken place in Gujarat, it was the method of no tax campaign that was adopted by Gandhiji there. Boycott. Another very significant method of Satyagraha advocated by Gandhiji was the method of boycott of all commodities, titles, persons, institutions, with the goal of logging protest and putting pressure on the opposite parties in order to ultimately to seek redress of their grievances, problems and disturbances. Next is protest resignations. To resign from any assembly or council as a mark of protest against the official policy is another method which found it manifested during the number of Satyagrahas movement adopted by Gandhiji. During the first non-violent non-cooperation movement too, a number of persons tendered resignation in protest against the official policy and attitude of government. And the last and effective method of Satyagraha adopted by Gandhiji is the fasting, that is self-purification. Fasting is a great technique of Satyagraha. Through fasting, a Satyagrahi will attach his greatest devotion to duty and love for opponent. By this one will purify his body, mind and soul. By this method, Gandhiji influenced the opponents at large. And he adopted this method of fasting in number of times during his lifetime. So these are all the methods and techniques that Gandhiji adopted in Satyagraha. The next we will discuss on the 7 vows of Satyagraha. 7 vows of Satyagraha means the Gandhiji has given the 7 main principles and rules of Satyagraha, that he says that while adopting Satyagraha, a Satyagrahi must keep in mind 7 principles, 7 rules while following the Satyagraha. Therefore, Gandhiji gave 7 important and essential rules for every Satyagrahi in India. He said, must have a living faith in God. That everybody must have faith in God. Without having faith in God, a person cannot become a successful satyagrahi. Second is, must believe in truth and non-violence, have faith in the inherent goodness of human nature, which he expects to evoke by suffering in satyagraha efforts. Second, he is saying that a person must have complete faith, must believe on truth, love, non-violence, and must have faith in his inner goodness. That means that his soul should be well purified. Third is, must be leading a chastity life and be willing to die or lose all his possessions. That he must be willing to die or lose all his possessions for just cause, for a suitable cause that is good for everybody. He's also saying a must be habitual of khadi weaver and spinner. Must be the habitual of khadi weaver and spinner. Therefore, he is somewhere signifying for Swadeshi movement, Swadeshi in using indigenous things. Next, Gandhiji is saying that must abstain from alcohol and other intoxicant. A person who is going to adopt satyagraha must keep away from all these bad habits. Sixth is must willing to carry out all rules of discipline that are issued by government from time to time. A person who is going to adopt the satyagraha must be a very disciplined person, must respect the rules and laws of the government, and otherwise must obey the jail rules unless they are specially devised to hurt his self-respect. When he has done any other criminal activities and he is being jailed, he must respect and follow all the rules of jail. Therefore, satyagraha is primarily and essentially a new way of life, which is based on morality, truth, love, and affection. It is not based on something force, something fraud, something weapons. Gandhiji practiced satyagraha as a weapon of solving conflict. He solved all the conflicts. He tried to solve all the conflicts. He won throughout the Britishers from India on the basis of this satyagraha, on the basis of non-violent method. The ultimate aim of Gandhian satyagraha is to seek truth in the non-violent manner. Gandhiji's truth was not a matter of ritual, but a sustaining force in his public life. Gandhi had a multi-dimensional frame of personality. Gandhi was a multi-dimensional, talented person, a reformer. He was a spiritualist. He was a good politician. He was not otherwise a good politician, but using spiritual sense, a practical economist, a devoted nature, very good physician. Gandhiji was the captain of peace and harmony. Therefore, Gandhiji's concept of satyagraha is the most comprehensive and universal applicable concept, updated concept. It is the most live and relevant concept given by Gandhiji in today as well. Therefore, it can be practiced by single individual, by a group against any kind of injustice, oppression, or disturbance. Thank you.